Welcome to another episode of our podcast. And this week we're going to keep it nice and chill. And we're just going to hang out and talk about a few things and play a little game. And yeah, that's it. How's it going, Mitchell?
What's up, dude?
All right. Yeah, nah. So, I mean, before we get into the other segment of our show, we would just like to kind of mention Call Her Daddy, like the Call Her Daddy drama a little bit, because I was just explaining to Mitchell, obviously he doesn't really listen to that show or follow any of that stuff.
Obviously.
Yeah, his dad does, though. His dad follows closely, allegedly. Yeah, so obviously I kind of told you a little bit about the background of the sitch, and what do you think, man? You think that's gonna happen to us?
I don't know. I hope it doesn't. I don't know. It sounds. So I don't know. For people who don't really know, I mean, Call Her Daddy is like, I guess, a really. I've heard of it before. I've seen clips. I just had never really like. I'm not a frequent follower of the show, but it's a really, really popular podcast.
Yeah,
it has been for how long? Since 2018, I think.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah,
the game is really high.
I mean, like at the very beginning, it was just like a very like intense, like it's pretty much for comedic purposes, because the stuff that they say about like different sex positions or like just different other type of stuff is so outrageous and so out there.
Who's their main base? Is it guys or girls?
I think at the very beginning, until that drama breakup, it was probably 50-50, I'd say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool, because it's like it's like it brings the genders together for a show. Because a lot of times podcasts are like either mainly male listeners or mainly female.
Yeah. And just recently, I think the remake of that show kind of took a turn and like start doing like the more, I think it lost a lot of male listeners, I would say, after the show was rebranded.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's not as like, I think most guys probably listen to it for comedic purposes anyways.
Right.
But then some topic just gets really really intense and like, you know, and like very serious. So like think about going to therapy, depression and different stuff, like, you know, like not to say that we're bad people, that we don't care. It's just like, if it's a comedic podcast and now we have to do like small talks and stuff, it's like, you know.
Wait, so you said it was losing guy listeners?
Yeah, for sure.
Because it was getting serious and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh shit! They started talking about like depression.
Yeah. And like, not there's anything wrong with girl talks, but like girl talks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Right. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because obviously before it was extremely like structured, right? It's like we're writing out everything we're doing this week, right? But then after, obviously, the turn of events, they've come at them. They just start being more raw and like transparent and stuff. So that's what I mean. Yeah,
I don't know. What's like, for people who have never or don't know the drama, give us like a short summary of like what happened and what's going on now.
Yeah. Basically, they were asking more money from Barstool. the two hosts, they weren't getting that much, because obviously, you know.
Was this before? Because I read they were getting like $500,000 a year. Was that before the $500,000, or
that was before? No, 500 was already. They've already gotten that, plus bonuses. Wow. They make a lot of money back then, even. But then, just with how popular the podcast was, they basically held out. It's like a sports. It's like a player holding out for a contract for a new contract, right? and then during that time, obviously Barstool was kind of a little bit under the water as well because of the pandemic. So they kind of need that continue listening to get the ad money. And obviously Call Her Daddy was a really important part of the company. I think I read somewhere Erica Nandini, the CEO, said it was making up 30 to 35% of their revenue. Right?
Of Barstools.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not sure if it's in relation to all the different shows or just in general.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, it's still a lot, right? So after that happened, obviously, during the holdout was when the two actually split. Was when one of the girls found out the other one had made more salary. Had openly asked for a raise twice without her knowing.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when the relationship deteriorated.
And so they've been split up
So
since
they've
April.
split up. Yep, and then they went back. One girl, the one who was getting a little more money, took the deal that Barstool give her, which was a lot of money, and she was able to obtain more money out of the merch they sell.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to. She was able to get the IP, which is the most important thing, right? So the intellectual property rights to the show, and she got a raise.
So it sounds like Alex is the one that stayed.
Yeah.
Sounds like right now she's got the better end of the deal.
Yeah. If you look up her apartment on YouTube, it's really nice, and I'm just saying it's really nice. Anyways, but yeah, but then obviously throughout the whole thing, like you can kind of feel like Sofia has gotten screwed a little bit, right? She's been pretty much black.
Well, it seems like she's kind of like, just from like what I read and what you're telling me, it sounds like the Sofia girl's kind of the bad guy in the situation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And obviously there was a boyfriend that's supposedly been manipulating her and like maneuvering the whole time. Was ex executive now at HBO. So now she just they went they finally came out and started a new show just like yesterday. And
So what's that show
obviously
called?
it's called Sofia with an F. So that's her show now, her solo podcast.
She just do it by herself, or does she have? Or is it...
I don't know. It just says it's coming soon.
Oh boy.
And the guy, the HBO guy, quit HBO like 2 weeks ago and just started a new media company called I don't know what the name of the show is called. The new oh yeah, it's called Sleuth Media LLC. Which was filed in August and registered to a New York City apartment, according to the New York State Department of State Division of Corporations.
So is he trying to compete with Barstool? Maybe.
Probably.
Is that maybe the
probably. So that's
oh man, podcasting has really taken on a whole new.
Yeah,
it's a huge medium.
Yeah, it's like that. Joe Rogan was getting censored by Spotify and stuff.
Yeah, I listen to Joe Rogan a lot.
Yeah, it's all been happening,
guy.
man. Yeah, it's all been happening, man. It's all been happening. Yeah. Anyways, so I mean, enough of this drama stuff. Let's do something, I guess, more interesting now, right? We were kind of talking about how we can make the show on weeks where it's a little more light, more fun. And I think what we came up with was just kind of like answering questions about like would you rather and stuff. We thought that would be pretty interesting, right? So, I mean, do you want to get started with that? See what happens?
Yeah, we found a website here that
Yeah.
has some would you rather questions,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I saw a few already, and I don't know, some of them are
Right.
tough.
Yeah. So are we going through the
It'll be
order or
fun. Yeah, it'll be fun to go through. Yeah, let's see.
okay.
What's the first one? I
Yeah.
don't know. Let's go from the bottom up.
Okay. Yep.
All right. I'll ask you the first one. All right. Should we
Okay.
both answer
Well,
the same one?
we'll answer the same one
All right.
because
Well,
we'll
I'll
probably
let you
have
answer
different
first.
responses. Okay.
Right. So I'll read
Okay.
the first one. It's would you rather visit 100 years in the past or 100 years in the future?
100 years in the past or the future? Probably 100 years in the past, man. Just because I like history more. But then,
So what? That would be
uh,
1920.
yeah. But then depends on where I am, though. Like I would imagine if I was in Australia in 1920, like I would get discriminated really badly.
Yeah,
So
1920 might have been rough
yeah,
for Chinese
yeah,
people, man.
yeah, that would have been rough for me because like I don't know if everyone know, but like Australia, South Africa, Canada, America, there, there was at one point or another, there's a policy that purposely exclude Chinese people from immigrating into the country.
We just went over that
Yeah,
in one of my classes.
yeah.
It's
So
the Chinese Exclusion Act, right?
yeah,
Or
yeah,
one of them was
yeah.
called
And
that.
then Australia was the white Australia policy, right? So regardless, depends on where I am. As
I feel like this
I
is a
mean,
racially
yeah,
this question depends on if you're
yeah,
white or not.
yeah. Honestly, like
That kind of
I
sucks.
mean, I just realized something else. Like early 1920s was like the peak of like colonialism in China and how Chinese people were getting screwed.
Yeah,
Like it
like
was right after,
early
yeah,
1900s,
it was
all
right
of
after the
Southeast
First War.
Asia,
Yeah, it was right after
Vietnam
the
was
First
completely
World War.
colonized.
Hong
Yeah.
Kong was taken, right? Another province was first taken by Germans, but then Germans lost World War I, so they gave it to the Japanese people. It was just different territories that like people took away from China. So I mean, in
Yeah,
China,
you're
I'll have
rethinking
a
your answer
really bad
now.
yeah. In China, I'll probably have a really bad life. In America, I'll have a really bad life. In Australia, well, see if I can even get in,
I
right?
don't know. Was anybody having a good time in China in 1920? Was anybody
I doubt it. It's pretty rough time, man. Like if you
shit.
think about it, like it started communist revolution after. So it's like it's
That's
probably got to be
true. That's when the
you
gears are
got
turning.
yeah it's got to be pretty bad for that to be successful, right? So
Damn.
yeah, what about you, man? I mean, now I'm probably regretting my answer, but I'm just saying it's pretty rough either way. What about you?
I don't know. I'd be pretty optimistic either one.
Oh yeah, you good, man.
I mean, I wonder, like, if I went back, I'm thinking like 100 years ago.
Yeah,
Like, I'm thinking like if I was in the same family. I don't know why I'm interpreting the question like that,
yeah.
but like, I'd probably be in Europe
100
because
years ago?
most of the family members that came to America came in the early 1900s that I can trace back, like
Yeah,
directly.
yeah.
So, and I don't know. So I think I'd probably wouldn't even be American. I'd probably be either in England or in like, I think like Czechoslovakia
Yeah,
region.
yeah,
uh, but I'm putting those restrictions on myself. So I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know what the world's going to look like in 100 years. I mean, if
yeah,
you just think so, and right now I'm not that optimistic about the future. So
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like 100 years in the past would be a decent bet for me.
Yeah.
but I could be totally wrong.
Yeah.
I'd probably die at like, I don't know. I might want to take my answer back because I'd probably die at like 30 or 40.
Right.
So I'm halfway through my life.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I would have to go. I'm gonna go with the past too.
Right.
All right. Should we do
All
the
right.
next one then?
Yeah, sure.
That one was an okay question.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather eat only pizza for 1 year
Yeah.
or eat no pizza for 1 year? Hey, we've talked about pizza on the podcast
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. See, I feel like the most rational answer is just to say like eat no pizza for 1 year, right?
Right.
But then it's like your mind slowly turning. You're like, I can put so much different stuff on pizza. I mean, for a year, would it really be that bad? You know, it's like you have pepperoni, mushrooms, bell peppers. It's like
A lot of carbs though.
yeah, like if you switch it up. Now they didn't really talk about gaining weight. If I'm not gaining weight from it, then yeah, I would probably eat pizza every day. But
I'm assuming they just mean like if that's the only thing that you can
yeah,
eat, as in the flavor that you're tasting.
right. But I think ordinarily it would be a pretty easy answer to just say not really, right? To just say no, we're not
Yeah.
going to eat pizza for a year.
I can give up anything for a year.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I'm sure it'd be all right.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easier to it's definitely
Yeah,
certainly easier to say because it's like because if you choose the other one
yeah,
and then like there's a party or whatever and you just
yeah,
really
yeah,
want pizza that one
yeah,
time, that's
yeah, yeah,
easier to say no to than the opposite when you literally
yeah,
can't eat anything else.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that one's pretty easy.
yeah,
Not that there's a right answer to any of these.
yeah.
um, would you rather read minds or accurately predict the future?
Hmm. I mean,
They both give you an edge
yeah. They both.
over other people.
I was just thinking about employment, like thinking about going to a job interview.
And you can read their mind.
Either that or just before going in, knowing whether I'll be hired or already hired.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah,
So you can either choose to just walk out of the job interview.
yeah,
No, you're not gonna get it,
yeah,
but you're more likely to get it if you can read their mind. And that gives you
yeah,
more of a way to manipulate it.
yeah. I think reading the mind would be a little better in that instance, because I feel like you can do less work if you read minds than having to know the future.
I'm
'Cause you still
hoping
have
that
to.
you can switch it on and off for both of
Yeah,
these. Like you don't have to constantly always be reading people's minds. You don't have to constantly always know the future.
that's
That would suck
stressful. That's
both ways.
stressful, bro. That's stressful.
I feel like accurately knowing the future at all
Yeah,
times would be worse than reading minds all the time. But reading minds all the time would also be pretty bad.
yeah. I mean, a lot
Well,
of
first
people
of all, I don't really.
probably, yeah,
They're probably
a
just
lot
thinking
of,
about themselves.
yeah, a lot of people probably try and read people's minds all the time, just like interpreting every single thing people say and wait, that just sounds like a super sensitive person. It's just like people that are trying to read minds. It sounds like a super sensitive, which I am. That's all right. I can admit that. But yeah, I reckon reading the mind is a little more healthy.
I'm just imagining what if you found out that like people are always thinking just terrible things about you. That'd be
rough.
awful.
Yeah.
All the time. Everybody
Yeah.
that walks around you is just thinking just the worst things you can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, another thing is you wouldn't be able to live for yourself anymore, right? It's like whatever situation you're in, you're always gonna continue to try to accommodate to what other people thinks of you.
Unless you're just a
Right.
jerk.
Yeah,
You don't
unless
care.
unless that you don't care. But I have a
Good
hard time
point.
believing that no one cares, right? So no one just not care 100%.
Yeah.
Right? So
All right. There was one that I saw that was freaking. I can't remember which one it was, but it was tough.
mhm.
All right, whatever. Would you rather give up your love life or work life? It's a stupid question.
Yeah. I mean, if
Does that
we
mean
give
I'm
up,
not making money?
I mean, yeah, we'll just be a house dad. Like we get a
Wait,
little Dodge Caravan, pick up the kids at 3. You know?
that's a stupid one. Would you rather leave your unemployed son homeless or pay for his drug habits and illegal activities? I don't have a child.
That's daunting to think about for people that doesn't have kids.
Right.
It's like imagine that as a possibility, right?
Um. All right. Would you rather eat your dead friend or kill your dog and eat it when you are marooned on a lonely island? You have a dog, right?
Mm-hmm. I'll eat the dog all day.
You have to kill it. Your friend's already dead.
Right. Nah, I mean,
So
I had dog meat before.
but damn, that's cold.
I had dog meat before, though.
Your friend's meat is just or your friend's meat. Your friend's
Your
dead
friend's meat.
body.
I'm not eating that stuff, boy.
Your friend's dead body is already laying there.
Yeah.
Is that means that the dog is going to be killed and the friend's dead anyways.
I'm not gonna eat you, man. But like, if you're just
But
like, I'm not gonna carve the
but
shit out of you, and
but
like,
you're going to be so lonely then the dog's not there.
so
Afterwards.
it's so you're on a deserted island, anyways.
You're on an island
And
alone.
say a friend is already
You have your
dead,
dog.
and
Yeah, friend, I'm dead.
yeah, and then the dog's still alive.
Yeah.
Not for long. How long is he gonna live? 10
Well,
years?
you can both eat me for a while, and then you can kill him.
I reckon he would really
He'll be
like your
fatter.
meat. Yeah, I reckon he would really like your meat. He would really
Why?
like your meat.
He likes the fatty tissue.
He likes some red meat, man. He likes some red meat, bro.
I don't have a dog, so like maybe my cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have no problem roasting my cat at all.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Here's a question. Would you rather speak all languages or be able to speak to all animals? You're bilingual.
I'll probably say all languages. That's
Yeah.
pretty easy.
Yeah.
Because I think it is just pretty interesting, right? How different languages are, and just I feel like in of itself is a pretty interesting subject that I think about sometimes. Just all the different language and their like similarities and like differences and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about you?
I don't know, man. I might choose the animals.
Why?
Because I don't know. I mean, humans aren't that hard to figure out. Like I already kind of know
Right.
what I'm gonna
Right.
get. I feel like animals would be something totally different.
Right.
You know, be good inspiration.
Yeah, but
For
animals' brains are so small.
you don't know what they're thinking
Like,
about.
you're not gonna talk about philosophy with animals.
Yeah, but it might inspire my next philosophical topic. I don't know.
Right. I would just imagine like talking to an animal would be very like dumb stuff. It would just be like, "Hey, have you eaten yet?" with the chimpanzee. It's like, and then he's like, "Yeah,
我吃了吗?
yeah, 我吃了吗？你吃了吗？你
Or
吃了吗？"
sorry, 你
Yeah,
吃了吗
yeah,
means have you eaten in Chinese or have you
yeah,
eaten yet?
yeah,
It's like an introduction, right?
yeah. So it's like I feel like it's always gonna be that type of conversation. It's not gonna
Oh
be
man,
like, "What do you think about the VP debate?" It's just probably gonna be like,
I don't
you
want to
know,
talk. Well, I don't want to talk about that anyways.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, true. Man, watching that stuff gives me anxiety, bro.
Why? Because
It's
the world's gonna end.
it's just like the conflict. I don't like it. I want to be more sophisticated and like reasoned and like I just
Nicer
don't
to each
like
other. Yeah.
yeah, I just don't like conflicts like that.
Oh man.
Yeah. Jeez, give it a break, man. Anyways.
Um.
Okay, I have an interesting one.
All right, go for it.
So, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Just trying to imagine a horse-sized duck.
Yep.
Are ducks aggressive? I don't know. Geese are. Now, if we're talking about geese or a goose, that'd be a different story.
I feel like doesn't the fact that they're like their mouths how it is like built, if you turn that into a horse-sized duck, wouldn't that be pretty lethal? Like
Like
that's
it's
yeah.
is it a beak? Do you
Yeah,
call it
it's
a
like
beak?
yeah. I don't even know what's it
Ducks
called,
or
but yeah.
a
Yeah.
bill, right? Duck's
Yeah, okay.
bill.
Like imagine that stuff pecking at your ass. That's
And then
tough.
100 duck-sized horses. I
Yeah.
mean, even fighting 100 duck-sized ducks, you just kick them. Do I have any
Yeah.
weapons? Is it but with my
Okay,
bare hands?
let's modify the question. One weapon. We get one weapon of choice.
What? Well, that's easy. Just something like a flamethrower.
Right. They'll all be dead. Yeah, true.
That'd be as cruel as that is.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of fun.
You can bring them on the deserted island and eat them.
Right, right.
Yeah.
It's not cruel. It's just gotta feed a lot of people.
Yeah.
I
Or
don't
I
think I would
mean,
want to face up against a duck that big because I would just
yeah,
like if I was fighting with my bare hands.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
I wouldn't want to fight a
just
horse.
imagine an ostrich, and then you blow the side of the ostrich up even bigger to a horse.
Right, that's pretty scary.
That's massive.
I mean, ostriches are scary by themselves.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even want to fight an ostrich.
but then ostrich is not even that big compared to what a horse-sized ostrich, like horse-sized duck, is gonna be like.
Right. Yeah, I would go with
Probably a hundred tiny little horses
yeah,
running
yeah,
around.
yeah. Because horses can't even do that much. Like
Yeah,
they don't bite really. I mean, yeah, they
yeah,
might bite, but their teeth are not like
yeah,
fangs or something.
yeah. We might kick you. Just like 100 tiny little kicks
Right. So that
at
would
the
be
same
that
time.
bad. If you're wearing some thick pants,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
kicking them around, might be kind of fun.
Yeah, I
After they get
reckon,
back
yeah.
up, you like just play with them. They're like little like chihuahuas. Kind of like a chihuahua.
Yeah, I imagine they're not that harmful. I would say, yeah. Imagine walking that little horse every day. Put a little collar on it. Walking
Be
the little
cute.
horse.
It'd be
Yeah.
cute, man. Be worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Would you rather have 7 fingers on each hand or have 7 toes on each foot? That's stupid. Of course, on the foot, right?
Yeah.
Because nobody
Yeah.
sees that most of the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You walk into like a meeting, a business meeting,
Shake
with your
someone's hand.
7 fingers. What's up, man?
Yeah, imagine
Dab it up. What are those?
imagine no, man. Imagine if those like 2 extra fingers are on the palm of the
On the
hand.
palm, like sticking
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. So like when you shake someone else's hand, you like use the other 2 finger to like tickle them.
Oh
Tickle their
God.
palm. That's so gross.
Like when it's
Yeah.
you feel something in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Does he have
It's like
a strap on his hand? What is that?
Right.
Oh God. Would you rather I don't like that one. Would you rather have a Lamborghini in your garage or a bookcase with 9,000 books and infinite knowledge? Who wrote this? That fucking dude? I'm just here in my garage. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, Ty Lopez?
Ty Lopez. Knowledge.
That it was on YouTube. It was
Because
like
he
the
has a Lamborghini
commercial.
behind him.
Yeah,
And then then he has the
yeah.
bookshelf.
He's like, but my most valuable belonging is my and all the knowledge. That's such an outrageous statement.
I don't know. I'd probably take the Lamborghini, especially with the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always wanted like a really like nice like library.
Yeah.
Like my own private library with like a lot of books. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Nah, build a home gym. Yeah.
Different priorities. I tell you, we have a squat rack at my parents' house in the basement. Yeah. We don't have, but I think like we don't even have that many plates.
Yeah.
So you probably wouldn't be able to use it because you're.
Is it like a cage or is it just like?
Yeah, it's like a cage.
Oh, right. So you can like do pull-ups and stuff, right?
Yeah, everything. You can do everything.
Yeah.
You can bench. You can,
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as the kids leave the house, man.
I don't know how much my dad uses it.
Their parents just got so much time on their hand now. Yeah. I'd go back check out your new Lebanon home, man. It's probably massive.
It's not that big.
Yeah.
I thought it was big when I first walked in. I was like, wow, this is a big house. And I was like, in terms of actual usable space.
But like I think like nowadays, like when we're kind of having a little more understanding and not like when we're in high school where we see a big house, we're like, oh my God. Right. Now we're like whenever we have those like Vespers or like at one of those people's houses where they're massive.
Yeah.
Not the people from our class, from like people from other class.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who some of those big houses are. Like some of those presidents at the health network and stuff.
Right.
It's like, think about how much it costs to take care of everything in there. It's like that's so much work and money and stuff.
Yeah, there's some really
Yeah,
rich people from our
it's
community.
like buying it is one thing, but then like the upkeeping is a totally different thing. It's like you're not gonna like do a 2 acre thing by yourself, like mow a 2 acre lawn by yourself,
Especially when
right?
you're 70 years old.
Yeah,
It's a
just
different lifestyle.
just live in a studio. Just forever live in a studio.
I found the one that I thought was really hard. The one that I
Yeah,
saw.
yeah, yeah.
Would you rather be extremely underweight or
Mm-hmm.
extremely overweight? That's tough.
Yeah.
For me.
How big are we talking?
It says extremely for both. So I'm assuming like you're tiny if you're small, but you're massive if you're big.
I mean, because the thing about underweight, I feel like is the concerning thing is you look unhealthy. It's like people look at you differently because you're unhealthy.
Right.
Like at least if you're big, people think you're big. I don't want to just like go around and have people think that I'm dying every single day. Like I can see my rib cage through my shirt and stuff. Like that's gross.
Yeah. But like when you're super overweight, like let's pros and cons, because when you're super overweight, I feel like you're just in people's way, like in public, and like you can't really travel that much.
You can probably get a wait. Do you have to pay extra for those seats if you can't fit the regular one? Economy? Can you get
You probably just have
business?
to buy two, two
Yeah,
seats for yourself.
right. That's
Um,
tough.
it is tough, but those seats are not made for big people.
Yeah, you have to go like first class probably all the time just to
It's not
fit.
cheap.
Yeah, that's definitely not cheap.
I don't know. See, that's why I thought this one was really hard.
Yeah,
Like,
but like if you're
I really don't
extremely
want to be either.
underweight, don't you feel like if you're extremely underweight, there's a lot of other things you can't do as well? Like it's like
I feel like it stops at just like looking maybe physically like concerning to other people.
yeah,
It's more of a physical appearance rather than like an ability to do things. I mean, you probably can't do like crazy stuff, but I already can't do that.
yeah. And I just imagining myself with just bare bones and stuff. It's kind of scary. Yeah, no.
I think I'd say underweight for this one.
Yeah,
Just with my interests and like
yeah,
my life, like I'd probably because then I could travel, I could go
yeah,
places. I just look weird.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna pick over because I've been overweight and I know what that feels like.
But extremely, like you'd be like maybe I don't know, 600 pounds.
Yeah, that'd be a big boy, man. What do you do?
No.
Got to get like 3 Big Macs to feed to make me full, but that's all right.
Would you rather? Here's another appearance one.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you rather look 10 years older from the neck
Mhm.
up
Mhm.
or the neck down? 10 years older from the neck down.
Yeah, that's easy. People get Botox. That's the point of Botox. You get it on your face.
Right.
And for most people, like 10 years older on their lower body doesn't change that much. Not compared to like 10-year older on the top, on your face and stuff.
You think your face looks older? Probably.
Yeah,
I don't
for
know.
sure. Imagine if you just keep lifting weights and like exercising and stuff. Your skin won't like shrink or like stretch out
Right.
and stuff, right?
You know what's kind of weird? I feel like I feel like specifically now, totally unrelated to this question a little
Yeah.
bit. I feel like some of our friends and stuff like
Yeah.
on like from high school and stuff, but on
Yeah. Yeah.
Instagram,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like starting to see their faces change, like get older a
Really?
little bit. A little bit, not a lot, but if you look closely,
Yeah.
even with me, even like because I've noticed, I feel like I'm noticing it on my face a little bit, where it's
Yeah.
like small little changes are taking
Yeah.
place. You know what I mean? I can kind of
Yeah.
tell, like eyes sagging a little bit, and
Yeah.
like just and like some of this, and it's like I don't know, it freaks me out to even think about, but like I don't know, some people like that we know, I feel like I can start to see them aging a little bit already,
That's really tough.
different from like how they
Considering
were.
we're like 20.
Yeah. I don't know,
So is
man.
that aging or just
Life's
maturing?
life's hitting us hard.
Yeah, yeah. I guess so, man. Wait, do you actually think that? Like
I
some
think
people
I
looks older, or
like
is it
obviously
older
they're
or
still a
just
young
changing?
person.
Yeah,
I mean, it's both. It's
yeah,
changing, but it's more like what they're gonna look like when they're older, in like
yeah,
middle age. It's
yeah.
gonna look closer to what they're gonna look like when they're 40. You know, veins popping out.
Yeah. Now I'm really wondering who is this maid of honor that you're talking about, or who is this
There's a
lucky guy
few.
you're talking
There's a
about?
few. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making things up.
Yeah, maybe not. I
Um,
mean, we haven't seen them in a while.
you'd have to do a side by side
Yeah,
comparison of like old pictures.
yeah,
Not that they look bad. It's just that they look
yeah,
old.
yeah, yeah. That's fair.
I'm really interested to see what people are going to look like
What?
when they're 40, like in our graduating class, like when they're 40.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know.
yeah. Too bad we won't be able to see that because no one likes each other in our class.
Suppose. I don't know. Maybe we'll see them at the grocery
Yeah,
store.
yeah. I mean, it's see some of them. You see them at grocery store, you know you made it in life. Some of them, if you see them at grocery store, you're just like you're just yourself. You're a
Divorced.
disappointment. Yeah, you're a
Yeah.
disappointment.
I wonder how many kids are going to get married and divorced in our class.
Well, according to the stats, probably more than half.
Less people are getting married, or at
Yeah,
least earlier.
yeah,
So
but like no one gets married nowadays, anyways. It's just like
it's true.
parties, right?
Yeah.
Too much work. Like our boy Jeff Bezos got married, didn't sign prenup, got him.
He doubled it already.
Yeah.
Um, would you rather continue with your life or restart it? That depends. Yeah, that depends on the person and how
Yeah,
depressed they are.
yeah. I feel like if it's not like if this conversation didn't happen between the two of us and it happened with someone else, like it might take a really dark turn. Just like
We don't want to turn into Call Her Daddy. You don't want
yeah,
to get too
that's not
heavy.
depression. Yeah, we don't want to get into depression and like this is not suicidal stuff like that. But
Every week we get on here.
yeah, yeah,
Hey man, I'm
yeah.
gonna kill myself. How about you, man?
Right, right, right,
No,
right.
no,
No.
no offense to anybody
Yeah,
who has considered killing themselves. We've all been
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, as a matter of fact, I was pretty depressed yesterday. So
What happened?
I mean, it was just a few different things. I think you might, and I just yeah. One of my friend when we were hanging out, he was just like, "Oh, you look really stressed." I was like, "Yeah," and then you just live through it, and then you're fine, right? So
Yeah,
it
you
all
have to be.
happens.
You have
Yeah,
to. Would you rather be able to talk your way out of any situation or punch your way out of any situation? So, would you rather be really smart or really strong?
yeah. I mean, I'm studying to talk my way out of every situation. Isn't that what lawyers do, anyways?
Right. But
It's like,
in practice is different than theory.
yeah,
You know that better than anybody.
yeah. Depends on if you like a mixed martial art. Think about it. or like
It
boxing
depends on
and
your
stuff.
interest. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If you're more a sporty person and like you're okay with having a good career in like mixed martial art, boxing or something like that.
I think the question is getting at what would you find more pride? Because either way, you're going to get out of every
Yeah,
situation. But what
yeah,
would you have more pride in? Being super buff and being able to, or not even buff, but
yeah,
skilled physically or
yeah.
intellectually? What do you take more
I'll say
pride in?
I'll say probably talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it would feel good. It would feel good to be able to beat up anybody
yeah.
if it was fair, as long as
I
you
mean,
don't have a
if you think
gun.
about how confident, like one of those MMA fighters are, just living their life, right?
Right.
It's like I've seen stories where a home intruder came in, guy just beat him up. You
See,
know,
I don't understand that
it's
because
like
I feel like,
that type of confidence. I feel like it's very interesting, right? It's like supreme confidence. You know, wherever you go, you're not gonna be physically at a disadvantage.
yeah, but to me, that ends at the fact that there's weapons like guns out
Yeah,
there. Because then it's like someone could just
yeah,
shoot you. You have nothing to
yeah,
do,
yeah,
nothing, no say.
yeah, yeah,
Speaking of that, I
yeah,
was watching, I was watching some old uh, Arnold
yeah,
videos.
yeah,
I've never really dived into those.
yeah,
Jesus Christ, was he on anything or was that all
yeah. He was
natural?
on. He was on. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. He took
because I
like
was like, oh
yeah,
my god, that dude was huge.
yeah. He's not even that big nowadays.
But like the way it looked, he looked
Yeah,
like a Greek god.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
crazy.
That's how crazy like modern bodybuilding has become. It's Arnold is small for most people now.
But I just assume all the modern people are using like
More, yeah.
stuff.
It's like stuff advanced, right? It's like the stuff that they started using in the very beginning. Say testosterone, obviously, is for people with low testosterone. But if you have normal testosterone, you take a ton of more. You take a lot more of it.
Right.
Obviously, it's gonna grow your muscle. And then another thing is called Dianabol.
Yeah.
So what that is people used to take it. People used to give it to cows for them to grow faster, so we can kill them faster to get more meat. So you're literally taking something like a
That's
cow
gonna
takes.
make you die
Yeah.
faster,
Oh yeah.
die
A lot
earlier.
of bodybuilder died. Yeah. All the time. Because if you think about it, like whenever you take stuff and like get bigger, if you think about a 300-pound guy, that that's even though they have a ton of muscle, that's still a lot of weight for your
Weight on their
heart. Yeah,
skeletal structure and
yeah,
everything like
and your
that.
heart is grown bigger as well. Your
Yeah.
liver is grown bigger as well for some people, right?
Hmm. I never thought about like organ growth with the
Yeah,
protein and all
yeah,
that. Does your
yeah.
organs grow
So
too?
your inside is growing too, not
Oh my
just
god.
your outside appearance. So that's why it's so dangerous. It's like your heart
But
is getting massive.
he was giving like a lot of like, and I don't know if it was like a promotional video for
Yeah, yeah,
something, but he was like
yeah,
giving a lot of like advice, whatever, like in the gym, whatever. And he
yeah,
was saying, he kept talking about like shocking the muscle.
yeah.
Is there,
That's
is
not
that,
true. No,
it's
there's
not
no
true.
science behind it. There's no science behind it at all.
I think it was kind of
Zero.
an older video,
Yeah, yeah,
and he was saying like he was doing all these like, oh, you do your routine every day in the gym, your
yeah,
body
yeah.
knows what's
And then you put
coming,
315 on the
so you
bench,
gotta
and then
go
you
in there
drop
and
down
just
to
shock the
225.
hell out of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
you drop set it, whatever.
yeah, yeah.
So that's bullshit. Or
There's zero like science behind it. Because I think that's like, yeah, that's like that in a lot of the bodybuilding industry as well. As people want to just talk their like bro science, right?
right,
It's like, oh, this is how it's always done, you know. But then it's like, if you look
like
at
they
the
have the
research,
key, they
yeah,
have
if you
the
just look at the
secret.
research, yeah, I think now it's a little better. It's like no matter how bro-ish you are, like there's more and more knowledge for people to like train differently and stuff and not be
Well, I read something. I think I was actually on like a like I was just checking. I was like on a website, like checking
Yeah.
form because
Yeah.
I've been like just trying to make sure I'm doing the right form and everything. So
Yeah.
I've been like reading a little bit more like you know, weightlifting stuff, whatever. And
Yeah.
somebody was talking about how like when you do a deadlift, some people, even though you're not technically supposed to, this turned
Mhm.
into complete fitness talk, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
relevant. Uh, you go down. Some people go all the way down, like they're almost sitting below the bar before
Yeah.
they. I don't know if you ever seen anybody do that.
Like their
They
hip.
like when they like usually you just kind of bend over with your back
Yeah.
straight,
Yeah.
but they go all the way down so that they're almost sitting on the ground before they even initiate the
Yeah.
deadlift.
So like your back is curved, basically.
It's curved, yeah.
Yeah. So that's you can't do that.
But somebody in the comments was saying like, well, like these are people who have trained with proper form for a
Yeah.
long time, and
Yeah.
so they know their body and they know that they're
Yeah.
not going to hurt themselves
Yeah.
most likely if they
Yeah.
do this little tricks that maybe can give them an edge like in a competition,
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
know. And that
Yeah.
made me
Yeah.
think like that's with every discipline, like even like
Yeah.
musicians, like they play guitar like a certain way that's technically the wrong way to play it, but like I
Yeah.
don't know, it was an interesting
No, no, no. I'm 100% on
concept.
board with that. I'm
Yeah,
100% on board with that. Again, I've seen that like in Olympic weightlifting and different stuff where you purposely round your lower back because obviously normally rounding lower backs is never a good thing.
right.
Just in anything that's like fitness related. But then yeah, like I have seen people do it where it's like is for a purpose. But then again, like what this that I guess that comment was saying, it's like it's something that you use to make you jump from 95% to 97%. It's not
Right,
something that you utilize to go from 0 to 90,
right.
right?
So that's why they can get
It's
away with
that
it.
little extra edge, right? So yeah, we didn't even know we were going to talk about fitness today, but
I've been thinking about it, man.
yeah. How you going with that
I've
right
been
now?
keeping up with it. I've been keeping up with
Yeah.
it. I'm 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
How
I'm
much you bench
committed.
now?
My bench
Yeah.
my bench is still not that impressive because I
Yeah.
started pretty light because
Yeah. Yeah.
I really want to get too very heavy with
Yeah.
the bench.
Yeah.
Right now I'm benching 95 for
Right.
tomorrow. My
Right.
squats at 165,
Yeah.
which I mean 5 sets of 5, I'm like sweating by the end of my
Yeah.
squats right now.
Yeah.
Like right
Yeah.
now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, am I gonna have to, you know, do the same weight for a couple of
Yeah.
weeks, or do I need like if say tomorrow I go and I do 165 squats and I do and say I barely make it through and I know that like if I go up to 170 on
Mm-hmm.
Monday, I'm probably not
Mm-hmm.
going to be able to do it. Is it better just to do 165 again, or should you drop it any amount and
I
then
think
work
you
your
can
way back
either,
up?
yeah, I think you can just stay at 165.
Just stay.
And then
Okay.
at some point, obviously, just with you gaining strength or muscle mass, you'll just be able to lift that weight without incurring that much muscle damage.
Mm,
So you're going to recover faster, basically.
right.
And then that way you can go up because then your work capacity is going to be better.
I think squats are really good, man. Squats,
Yeah.
and they're actually the one exercise that I feel like I can feel that soreness
Yeah.
every week
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
same place,
Yeah.
and it's like I can feel like it healing and getting stronger
Yeah.
every week.
Yeah, I've seen a YouTube video where a physical therapist once talked about how like the longer you're able to squat, the better your body like that's like a determinative factor of how good of a shape you're in.
Wow,
Just like your
like how many
ability to
reps you
squat.
can do,
No,
or
just
like
like your ability to
your
squat.
ability to squat.
Because obviously, I think even for people that are mid-aged, like people we see in grocery stores, some of
Yeah,
them probably wouldn't be able to do a proper squat, right?
yeah,
Because obviously everyone's sitting nowadays, so the hips get real
right.
tight, hamstring get real tight. So like some people probably can't even do a proper squat.
Yeah, I remember like way back in the day, I wanted to get a little bit into exercising, whatever, and my dad was doing it with me, and he dropped down with, I don't even know if he was using the bar. I think he was just using the bar, or possibly even just no bar. But he did one squat and it wrecked his legs for like a week. He could barely walk.
Right. Yeah, I think it's just because people keep sitting every day, right?
Yeah, and when you drop that low, you know, it's like you haven't done that in years.
Right. It's tough for sure, for sure.
And then my bench is 95, and then I'm actually correct right now. I started too heavy on my barbell rows and on my overhead press.
Yeah.
So I'm correcting my form, and I dropped down a little bit because I first of all, I was way too wide on the overhead press. I need to be tighter.
Yeah.
And then
and to bring your elbow in as well. Bring your elbow in and like keep them locked in here. So like don't bring them out there. Like
because that gets more.
Yeah, that protects your shoulder more. Yeah.
And then the barbell rows, I just started too heavy. Heavy, and I was using my arms too much to do not my back.
Yeah.
I'm fixing those. So my squats are by and large going to be my heaviest and most developed.
Yeah.
Which is probably good. Which is probably what I want. So
that's exciting, man.
I'm enjoying it, man. I like seeing the weight go up every week. I'm kind of and I only go for 40 minutes, so it's easy.
Yeah. I'm just excited thinking about the possibility of in the future potentially where our show is just like half of it is going to be fitness, right?
Just fitness, yeah.
Yeah, we're both like, hey, and then we're both just eating on the show, and it's like post-workout anabolic window. Got to get those in.
God.
Anyways, yeah, let's probably just wrap it here today, man.
This was fun. This was a fun show.
Yeah.
It's a little lighter than some of the other episodes.
Next week we can talk about other more serious stuff, but this week is just good to catch up and like talk about different would you rather, different fun things. So I mean, to all the listeners out there, thank you guys for listening to our episode this week, and hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you guys next week. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.